I believe that there are ways that this game could improve. I've seen a lot of the comments on YouTube videos within the community, as well as seeing it in chat groups. I'm going to put in my own personal suggestions, and I'm saving my best till last. And I know it's a bit biased, but I really do think this would make the game absolutely that little bit more epic. It's very easy for a player to suggest something or say something will make the game better. However, because I'm not sitting in the developer's seat, chances are they may have already thought this and they may have already tried to implement it and come up with a lot of problems that it just didn't work. So although there is a lot of frustration sometimes when people channel frustration towards people that they believe can make the change, sometimes the change can't be done, and it really should just be put to bed. I totally understand it. So I'm trying to keep this healthy, common, mutual respect ground where players and developers can coexist happily and we not get frustrated with each other. And I just wanted to clear the air with that. And I'm sorry I went on a little bit. So anyway, let's get straight into the video. The first suggestion that I believe that would make this game a lot better is the tournaments in the game. And when I say tournaments, I'm not talking about the major ones like Ancients, Ruthless Slaughter, Clash of the Throne, them sort of things, Trade Routes. I love all them. I really, really do. My personal frustration comes with the micro. And when I say micro tournaments, I'm talking about the regular decrees, the King's Mercy, and battle training. The reason for that is because it isn't very fair when you're a small player and you're up against huge players that can generate a lot more points than you can just because they're at that level. For example, Crypt Raiders. For a player like myself, the maximum crypt I've currently got unlocked is a level 20. However, if I was a much more advanced player, let's say I was twice as big as me, I can unlock a level 30 or a level 35. And that means that it's all relative to score as well. So because they're generating that much tar and that much income in the sense of game currency, they can afford to do that. And this tournament benefits them more than it benefits me. So I just don't partake. There's no point because I don't stand a chance. And that is the same for the King's Mercy. This is send gold ingots to the Royal Treasury to get tournament points. If your capital is at a level 30 and there is another player who's at a level 15, the level 30 automatically generates more gold ingots than the level 15. Now, some would say, yeah, step your game up, upgrade your capital then so you can compete. But that doesn't necessarily promote fair gameplay or promote any incentive, because what you're demanding is that everybody kind of fights to the point where their levels are so high. I know it sounds crazy, but you've got to level up so quick. By the time they've got to that level 30, the player that was an original level 30 would be at a level 40 by then, if not more. So it is constantly never going to benefit the smaller upcoming players, which is a big problem. It's a situation where in the real world, it's like the rich stay rich and the poor stay poor. There is never a fair ground. So I believe this suggestion of creating divisions, so you could be in Division 1, Division 2, Premier League, if you will, within these smaller tournaments will actually allow fair gameplay for all players. So if you're even if you're just starting out and you've got like a level 10 capital, you send in 10 golden ingots, because that's all you're generating, is equivalent to a player that is 10 times your strength that sends 100, because you're all in your own divisions. And I believe that would make it fair. And therefore, the prizes get distributed fairly in whatever division you're in, and players will want to compete. They will actually want to. I would personally, I'd be like, yeah, I'm in division like 3 or 4. Yeah, I stand the same chance as everybody else. It's like boxers in a boxing ring. You wouldn't put in a middleweight in with a super heavyweight. It's completely unfair, the advantages and disadvantages of it. But you get where I'm going with that. And that is my first suggestion. Thank you. My next suggestion, when it comes to reviving troops, reviving troops is great because it has the buttons you can use to use Sacred Potion. It also has the Revive All button, which is awesome. But most players like myself now at a certain level come to understand that we don't actually revive troops. Instead, we would much rather burn them, i.e. delete them, and rebuild them. That is the strategy that most players use in this game. So what I'm suggesting for the developers, if possible, is to have a delete all button. If you could have a revive all button here in the bottom right corner and then have a delete all button here in the bottom left, that would really help us out. Because when it comes to tournaments like the ancients, like my last video, which I'll pin for players to watch so you get where I'm coming from, I have a lot of dead troops after that. And it is just so long clicking delete, delete, delete. Like if I do this now, delete, 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 delete. And it's not that I don't mind doing it. I've got to do it. It's just a suggestion to make gameplay a lot more fun and easier and convenient and enjoyable. If there was a delete all button down there, because I've only done 5 there, but after the rise of the ancients, it's hundreds, it's lots. So that'd be another suggestion. If, by the way, you're watching this video right now and you also have any suggestions, please put it in the comments. Who knows? The developers may see this video. Well, that's my intention anyway. And yeah, they may actually listen to some of the things that the players are saying. And if you're agreeing with what I'm saying as well, also put it in the comments. Let me know that I'm not alone in my thoughts in this. So the next suggestion, which I know a lot of players have said about in the past, is the march reverse button. I don't know why this is not a thing. And again, it may have been a thing. They may have tried it. It may not have worked. However, I have not seen it since I've been playing, and I've been playing for 8 months now. It's very frustrating when 2 players go for the same thing, knowing full well they didn't mean to race to it. Let's say it's like this village here. I go for it, another player goes for it, whoever gets there first gets it, but then the other player that's on their way didn't mean to attack them, but they can't help. They can't stop what is going to be an attack. And that can cause conflict between players and ultimately between clans. And it can start unnecessary beef over a small thing that could have been avoided if there was a button that said reverse march. So I just believe that could really, really help a lot of gameplay between players and their etiquette of how they play. Because there is a march reverse button, if a player doesn't click it and still goes in for the attack, then we know, well, you had the option to reverse the march. Why didn't you? So that way, if it did come to a conflict, there's no reason a player could say, I didn't mean it, rare. It's like, no, you did mean it. You did, because you could have clicked reverse. You didn't. So therefore, the attack was intentional. Do you know what I mean? So that's something. Thank you. Another thing that has been mentioned in the comments of one of my subscribers, you know, the mini game on the phone when you've got the troops and they've got the plus and the times and you're trying to dodge all the obstacles and you go to attack the Doomsday Demon. A lot of players enjoy that. I even actually know a clan member from my previous clan who said that she lets her kids play that, which must be very stimulating for them because they're trying to do quick math and obviously it's a game and can share a moment with the parent. This is something that they do. You know, they play strategy games online and it just introduces that new generation of, for everything that Total Battle offers. And I know I've said this in previous videos, but it's just an idea. And just for regular players as well, you know, having that is a fun thing. The mini games, very, very fun. I'm not sure why it stops when you get to a certain stage, but unfortunately it does. And I think that's something that a lot of players miss. On to my final suggestion then. This is the big one. This is the one that you might have been waiting for, but this is the one that I really do feel could be implemented very well. And I've thought about this for a while. You know, and I know the same way that you can forge equipment for captains and heroes. I would like to see, if possible, game developers of Total Battle, equipment for dragons. I believe that these dragons should have equipment. I believe players should be allowed to, or should have the option to, invest time and effort and energy, even money if they want to, into purchasing armor for their dragon or purchasing special fruit for their dragon that gives them amplified competitive advantage. Things like epic monsters. If you're going to fight an epic monster, you can do epic monster equipment the same way you can for your captains and heroes. If you're going to attack another player, maybe you could equip it with special armor that protects it against ranged units or something like that, you know, amplified fire that can burn down buildings like a siege engine or something. I feel like that would be really, really cool. And my idea keeps on spawning in a sense that in the game could be like hidden bushes, like berry bushes. So instead of having to get materials from crypts for your equipment, you have to go and forage from, I don't know, something else like in the woods, or the same way you get gold from a dragon mound. Maybe in the dragon mound there's like fallen dragon armor, so it just gives the dragon mound a little bit more value in that. Yeah, I definitely want to get that, you know. And the same way you unlock chests, maybe. I just feel like the dragon is so basic, yet it is so, the game makes it feel like it's a big deal, which it is, because it levels up and it provides a lot more bonuses in regards to strength and in regards to health and amplified leadership score, stuff like that. However, with a little bit of equipment, I believe you could really, really please a lot of players with that. I'm just saying, I really do. The ability to hunt goes away for a while, so it's got like a timer, and when it comes back, it returns with something, it might just be an option if it can be implemented. And again, back to what I said at the start of the video, being a player, it's very easy to say and suggest things that perhaps maybe developers have already thought of, tried in the past, and it didn't work for whatever reason. And yeah, you're by no means having to explain yourselves to us. There's a lot of us, and trying to get the message to all of us would be difficult. But that's why I would like to play my part in perhaps being a representative of the community. So guys, if you've watched my video so far and you've liked everything that you've seen on this video, or little things here and there, put it in the comments. The developers will see it. I know they're watching me because of my last video where they said to me, here's some rewards you can offer players because they're watching your content, and we want them to watch your content. We think it's good. We want to support you. So we've got this communication going on right now between us and them. I know I'm acting as the middleman. I know you guys have got a lot of suggestions. Now, if you haven't seen the video on the Tin Man where you can claim your rewards from Total Battle, I will pin it in the description, and you should definitely go and watch it right now. And as always, I look forward to seeing you on the next one.